one more time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we go high above the city to the beautiful penthouse studios of the No Jive, the flame-throwing, the #1 Z100, with the nearly famous, highly outrageous, but never ever contagious Z Morning Zoo, that special third birthday celebration. Good morning. The #1 song when we signed on the radio station 3 years ago. The actual anniversary is tomorrow, but we're celebrating it today for all practical purposes. This is our 3rd anniversary. And as usual, I'm nervous as hell. Why, Scott? I don't know why. I guess it goes back to the first time it was a morning that I'll never forget as long as I live. And it was just a scary day. It was 2 people here, J.R. Nelson and myself. And we had Mallright Communications. Of course, I couldn't even say the proper name then. The owner, Milton Maltz, wanted it said Mallright. He said, "My name is Mallright, son, not Malright." I said, "I'll try to work on that right now, but just going to get this thing on the air first."
You know, J.R. was really nervous that day, too. He's told me stories about that.
He worked for that Mallright guy before.
Yeah.
See? Been fired about 3 times. If you said the name wrong. But anyway, we were up here all alone, and it was a scary day. And at that time, I probably could have counted we didn't have any advertising. When APP came on the air, they had this, $1 million advertising campaign. And
sure,
we didn't have the money to do that. And we also had commercials on the air. We didn't go commercial free. We didn't have a lot of commercials, but we had, 3 or 4 minutes an hour. And it was a scary situation. And you come in, and it was the first time we signed on the air. Frank Fodi, our chief engineer, had been up for about 3 days. He said he wasn't doing any of those truck driver pills, but I still don't believe him. And everyone said, "Boy, this isn't going to work. These guys,
forget it."
Scott who and all that, and I guess it's a lesson in persistence and believing in yourself. Anyway, we're here. It's our 3rd birthday, and we're going to celebrate till noon today. And in case you're new to the radio station or new to the area, this is kind of a special day for us. We signed on the air back in 1983, August the 2nd. Prior to that particular day, the radio station was a jazz,
tennis. Beautiful music by day and jazz by night.
And at that time, Jonathan B. Bell was the tennis expert, and he had to do the tennis play-by-play. And they had a rating of about, I think I never got to a point rating, did you?
No, we were usually about 1.7, 0.8.
In all due respect, the philosophy of the radio station was not to make not to have a lot of ratings, but to just have John Bell, make a little money. All right, it's 6:26 in the morning, Friday, August the 1st, 1986. Anita's the trivia buff around here. She remembers the very first phone number. Our first phone number was not even a radio request line, what they call a trunk line. It was a regular office line. We blew that out what was the first number?
867-5555.
Don't dial that now, for God's sake.
I wonder what that is. Let's dial it and see what it is.
Not right now, for God's sake. I don't need any trouble today, Murphy. 867-5550. That was it. And I used to have to hold the microphone down to the telephone speakerphone because we didn't have anything hooked up. We didn't have very many records then. We could only play just so many records. Really, at that time, we didn't have any money to hire a lot of people to begin with. And no one would come to work for us. This is another problem.
Why not?
Well, they never heard of us. There's a brand new station, WHTZ what? And everybody wanted job security. What were had you heard of us when we signed on the air? Did you know anything about the station, Claire?
Yeah, I had heard that you were coming to town. Some of the trades were talking about HTZ starting here in New York.
You were still working at ZFM in Westchester,
right? Mm-hmm. Sure was.
You were a disc jockey or a news person?
Both. I was the news director,
right. You get to do
and I was a disc jockey. You do everything there.
That's a good station, because there you get to do everything yourself. You get to be the engineer.
That's right.
Yes, we did. We engineered ourselves.
JR's thing.
We made the coffee. We cleaned the bathrooms, everything.
We ran into a guy who's taped a lot of the old stuff. So today you're going to hear some stuff you haven't heard in a while.
Tremendous.
We got this new feature called the Rap and Blast. We'll see. Rap and Blast. A Rap and Blast from the past. Mr. Leonard helped put it together if he ever shows up.
John Imus, Larry Booger, George Maxim, It's not the shark they're afraid of. It's
the Zizoo in the morning. The Zizoo in the morning. In the morning. In the morning. On Z100.
The third birthday bash at Z100.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's getting a little crazy around the studio. We got telegrams coming already. The front door, they got the receptionist on duty. Telegrams there. We're trying to put together a lot of stuff. By the way, I want to thank a very special guy who worked about 30 hours yesterday. We call him Junior. He's a listener, just a regular station listener.
Real nice guy, too.
Who tapes a lot of this stuff. He's been taping for years, and like I said, a lot of the stuff that, unless we do pre-recorded commercials and songs and things like that and save it, like Kevin is in charge of the archives and the files, sometimes we don't have it. And we found some things yesterday that I think you're really going to enjoy, things you haven't heard. They've only run on the station one time.
It was so funny. We were listening to some of these tapes yesterday, and Scott, I forgot all about that one.
I was back there just as...
Get it off.
We were back. I didn't get out here till like 7 o'clock last night. Mm-hmm. And got a balloonogram from the Kingsborough Community College radio station. Oh, wow. I bet no one remembers the call letters. KBR. It's only 3. WKBR. Thank you. WKBR. Murphy, I always knew you had it in you.
Or is it KRB?
Mr. Leonard is on the way. Ross Brittain will join us about 11 o'clock. Would you do me a favor? Call Ross.
Yeah,
in case you don't know, we started the show, J.R. Nelson, who is not like a professional. He's a production director and an engineer, and we didn't have anybody else. I said, hey, come here.
Stand here.
Stand right there and just go,
That's right, Scott.
And J.R. used to laugh at everything. I said, only if it's funny, J.R., please. Oh, wow, he's pretty busy now.
Ross?
Wait a minute. Yeah. And then Ross got fired over at WABC Radio. I think they left a message on his answering machine.
Yeah, they did when he got back from vacation.
That compassionate, warm, wonderful Mark Mason over there, program director. And Ross said, well, Scott, do you know any jobs? I says, bring your earphones, come on over here. And he got over here, and he was used to the high-tech equipment of WABC 77. And he looked at me and he says, where do we do it? I said, you're standing in the place, man. You're standing right in there. And he says, okay. And he became a part of the show and finally decided he wanted to... by the way, a lot of people wonder what happened in it, and it was not a personality conflict or anything. He just wanted to see if he could... he wanted to start his own radio show.
Right.
And that was it. And he took off to Philadelphia, and he's there to this day. And he's not doing a zoo thing there, but because it had already been ripped off by a guy named DeBella, and he was already doing it. So it's funny because Ross was a part of the zoo.
Yep. And he couldn't do it down there.
He couldn't do it there.
Yeah.
But anyway, we wish him the best. He'll be in here. We'll talk to him in a few minutes. And then I think, let's see, JR was here. I think you were the first.
Ross and I came the same day, in fact.
Same day?
September 19th.
September 19th.
That's right.
How long were we on the air then? September.
It's about 5 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bell came in and Kevin joined us. Let me explain something to you. That there's a theory behind that. When you first start a radio station, you have to play a lot. They say this is the rules of radio, and you have to play the same records over and over. So people that are new trying to find the station, because let's face it, the big hits are people's favorite songs. Like when we first signed on. The top 5 was Every Breath You Take, Never Let You Go, Sergio Mendez, Flashdance, and Maniac, and She Works Hard for the Money was 6. And what happens is if people are sampling on the dial, they're looking for their favorite song, and every time they hit our place, they hear it. But finally, and the radio consultants and all these people told us that's what you have to do. And finally, one day we had a meeting, and I said, look,
I'm tired of this.
I can't take it anymore. We're just going to have to get some new records, or you're going to have to get a new DJ. So we stopped it and we just went on about our business. But and even today, some people, still I think they hear the songs too much. But believe me, we're far and above different than a lot of the top 40 stations around the country. Some stations still play the same song every hour.
You're the only station I listen to.
Thanks a lot, man. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
7:22 in the morning at Z100. Let me go back. This is one of those things that you're going to hear. Oh, he's on the phone now?
Yeah, Ross.
Hey, Ross.
Yo!
Hey.
Yo, Ross.
Hey, Ross.
What's happening?
You old cheesesteak, you?
Hey, listen, I heard there's a beer truck that overturned on the New Jersey Turnpike.
And guess what else? Some steaks.
Really?
Cattle truck. There's cattle all over the turnpike, too.
Is it true they're filming a steak and ale commercial out there?
Oh, come
They've
on.
already used that one, Ross.
Sorry.
Listen, what time are you leaving?
Well, I'm going to have to find an alternate route if there's still all that cattle, but I'll be leaving about 9.
We'll have it cleared for you.
I guess I'll have to steer clear of it.
Oh, come on, Ross.
See you at 11.
Goodbye.
You ham bone.
He hasn't changed.
Some things never change, do
No.
they? You can always depend on him.
Good old Ross.
He'll be hoofing it up here, won't he?
Don't you start, too. He's always a
Utterly
little...
ridiculous.
I'll be honest, he was always a little corny for me, but...
And now, ladies and gentlemen, another morning zoo rapid blast from the past.
Lanuki in the morning.
God.
I think we got somebody on the phone in Lanuki in the morning. Is this my assistant public service director, Mr. Luna?
Sure you're right. This here's Mr. Luna.
Good morning, Mr. Luna.
I'm afraid I can't make it into work today.
What's the problem this time, Mr. Luna?
Feeling sicker than a dog.
Again? What's the problem here? How come you feel
I think I
sick?
need to hear one of them world-famous jokes by Lonnie Lanuki Ho. Sure you're right.
Okay, I just happen to have a joke right here. What should you look for when you're buying a 1-ton canary? A psychiatrist.
Saludos, my friend.
Fernando, happy Friday to you. The whole town's talking about you.
Thank you, darlings. You look marvelous. I want to wish a wonderful and happy time to that great guy who's getting married not too soon from now, that great singer, Billy Martin. What a great guy on the piano. He's fantastic.
Who's he marrying?
I think he's marrying Christy Brinkley.
Billy Martin? No. That's tomorrow. That's Billy Joel. Billy Martin is with the Yankees.
Oh, Billy Joel? Not Billy Martin?
That's right.
Billy Martin.
Well, does this mean he can't autograph my balls?
Fernando!
Ruined my day, that's for sure. Remember, darlings, it is better to look good than to feel good, and you look marvelous.
Now, Z100 returns you to your regular zoo programming. Thanks for tuning to this network.
WHTZ, Newark, New York City.
What in the world is a Superdome sandwich? Yeah, what's in this sandwich?
Duck feathers on rye.
Duck feathers on rye?
Ooh, very delicious cut.
Duck feathers?
Yes, if you eat one, you touch down.
Oh, For all our friends in Portland, Oregon, ladies and gentlemen, 11:24 in the morning, it's time to jump in the morning zoo time machine and go all the way back. Way back.
To the Imus bit?
Close your eyes and travel back in time with us.
You can have the best program director in the world and hire the best people, but a lot of the credit has to go to the company who backs you. And Malright Broadcasting, in this case, did a good job with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you welcome, please, the biggest rear-end kisser in the whole world? Hey, here he is, Ross, the boss!
Thank you. I'm a Coxman now.
Yeah, he works... should explain that. He works for COX Cox Radio now.
I guess you should, yeah.
Confused me there for a minute, Ross.
Figures, Murphy.
Cox Broadcasting. Well, welcome home, buddy.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be at a radio station with ratings.
What can you say? Hold on a second. Good morning, Ross Brittain Hotline.
Hi, Z100?
Yes?
My first memory of it was the first time I ever listened to you on the radio was August 4th in 1983, and that was my birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
Thanks a lot. And I'd just like to say, you're doing a really good show, and I always listen to you. And you lost me for a little while because you started playing, like, old music, but then you went back and started playing all the news and best music.
You got it. This is one of Ross's favorite memories. Remember this one?
Oh, great! Jock in the Box.
Oh, no!
Can I get one of those new Ross Brittain dolls?
What are you talking about?
Oh, a friend of mine told me about
about it. You see, you wind it up and you say, Carl Hirsch, and it climbs up your leg and kisses your butt.
Each morning I open my eyes and everything's still the same. I turn to the guy who stayed last night and ask him, what's your name? Denise. This seems to happen more and more. I love those men, one and all. Each new one I meet makes my heart beat fast when I see him so strong and tall. So many men, so little time. Oh, I have to cruise. So many men, so little time. Oh, how can I lose? Oh, my roommate sprung a leak. He's flat. Does anyone have an air pump? I have video. I can't take it. Feels like heaven every night, being here with someone new. Such a physical thrill, a beautiful smile, and wonderful muscles too. Oh, it's too much choice to make up my mind. So many men turn on my light. Don't want your thoughts, and I don't want your brains. Just give me their bodies tonight. So many men, so many times. Oh, I have to cruise. So many men, so many times. How can I lose? Oh, I want more, thousands, millions. Nothing's too much.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for the closing show credits with Mr. Radio.
You've been listening to the Anything Goes portion of the Z Morning Zoo, starring Scott. I lost my toot-toot in Tampa, Shannon, and Ross, Philadelphia cream cheese, Brittain. Produced by J.R. Beefcake Nelson, also appearing in cameo roles as Z100 Not Ready for Drive Time players, Jonathan B. Small Boys Bell, Captain Kevin, Anita Open All Night Benita, Claire Pearly White Teeth Stevens, and General Manager Dean the Dream Thacker as the Avon Lady. The part of Pat Sajak, Vanna White, Uncle Elmer, Aunt B, and Michael Jackson paid by David Colin. Mr. Leonard paid the part-time editorialist. Portions of the pre-CD show were edited for family listening. On behalf of the staff and management of Moray Communications, this is your pronouncer-cator, Mr. Radio, reminding you, if it smells like perfume, lick it.
Your time is up. Now, Z100 returns you to your regular zoo programming. Thanks for tuning to this network.